This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for February 27th, 2023. Your daily entertainment headlines, industry info, and everything rock. In a recent interview, guitarist Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine says he's written a song with Post Malone, saying he thinks the track could very well be Malone's Beat It for the Ages. There is a problem though. Post Malone can't seem to find time to finish the track. Morello said, "We worked out a pretty sick jam. It felt like it could be his Beat It," alluding to when Michael Jackson paired with Eddie Van Halen, saying, quote, "We went into the studio together one night. I heard that he was a fan of rock, so I went by." Morello said he's, quote, "just a lovely, lovely person. He's trippy. You know how some people have guitar techs and drum techs? He's got a Coors Light tech. There was a guy whose sole job apparently was just to make sure there's a stack of cold Coors Light. It took about 4 hours of sitting around with Coors Light before we did any recording." There are some brand new Black Sabbath statues coming very soon. Knucklebones are releasing a pair of statues that are available for pre-order right now. The first depicts the Witch from Black Sabbath's self-titled debut album. The second statue revisits Ozzy's original swan song from the band, Never Say Die. The statues are created from 3D vinyl material and will be made available as limited editions, with 1,970 pieces of the Witch being crafted, while 1,978 pieces of the fighter pilot will be put up for sale. There's a new 3-part documentary series on the history of the Lollapalooza tour, and now the festival has been greenlit and is being fast-tracked for production. The series will be made available via Paramount Plus, the streaming service, though no confirmed date has been announced yet. The docu-series will be directed by Michael John Warren. Lollapalooza founder Perry Farrell said, quote, "When Lolla was launched in 1991, the concert industry felt like a boring car ride that was running out of gas. We pumped new life into the live music experience and set the foundation for youth counterculture to become important and exciting again. Now, more than 3 decades young, I'm very happy to have this opportunity to give people an inside look at the festival's contribution to music history." Wes Scantlin from Puddle of Mudd was arrested again on February 20th after showing up at his foreclosed property. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department Inmate Information Center lists that the vocalist was arrested in Hollywood at 11 a.m., then taken to jail for a misdemeanor-level trespassing charge. He was held on a $1,000 bond and released at 2:30 p.m. Def Leppard vocalist Joe Elliott was hospitalized for, quote, "moderate to severe altitude sickness." It happened in Colombia, but fortunately, the lead singer of Def Leppard was still able to perform in Bogota. Def Leppard is part of the 2023 co-headlining world tour with Motley Crue. Slipknot drummer Jay Weinberg debuted a solo art exhibition called A Hollow Realm, which was held on July 7th, 2022 at Rampart Studios Gallery. And now a 2.5-minute video recap has been released online. You can check out the collection at jweinbergart.com. In a recent interview with Border City Rock Talk, Frank Hannon, guitarist for Tesla, talked about the band's upcoming live album, Full Throttle Live. The album is due for release this summer and was recorded last August at the Full Throttle Saloon at Sturgis in South Dakota. Hannon announced they're going to release a bonus track, a cover of Aerosmith's SOS, Too Bad. A new Foo Fighters themed pinball machine is on the way, courtesy of Stern Pinball. In a newly released animated teaser video, the Foo Fighters are housed in a Ghostbusters-like fire station. An alarm goes off signaling an alien invasion, and the group immediately jumps into a red van. Cartoon versions of every member can be seen in the video, and that includes late drummer Taylor Hawkins. A message on the Stern website notes that only a, quote, "very limited number of Foo Fighters limited edition pinball machines are going to be available to purchase on the Stern store. The site displays a countdown clock set to expire tomorrow. Avenged Sevenfold frontman M. Shadows has taken to Twitter to say that the band was hacked and that the festival appearances they have scheduled have not been canceled. He also said the podcast from the band reading off the cancellations is, quote, "not him. Judas Priest singer Rob Halford joined country legend Dolly Parton on stage last November at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction. An all-star jam at the end, singing Dolly Parton's classic Jolene, featured Rob Halford, Pat Benatar, Annie Lennox, and Duran Duran's Simon Le Bon. Rob Halford now saying that maybe he took it a little too far, saying, quote, "I did the gay hustle and thought I've got to get close to Dolly. I may have overstepped my mark, but I was just gushing. I was a fanboy. I was kind of cringy at the end." David Bowie's extensive archives have found a permanent home in London's Victoria and Albert Museum. The collection includes costumes, instruments, letters, photos, lyrics, and more. In 2025, they'll be viewable at a new public art center, the David Bowie Center for the Study of the Performing Arts. The center is part of V&A's East Storehouse, which is being built in East London's Olympic Park. A statement from David Bowie's estate said, quote, "With David's life work becoming part of the UK's national collections, he takes his rightful place amongst the many other cultural icons and artistic geniuses." And Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers is getting into the podcast game. The bassist will launch This Little Light coming up on March 30th in partnership with Parallel and Cadence 13. The 15-part interview podcast will focus on music education, falling in love with music, and the creative process. The first announced guests include Rick Rubin, Patti Smith, Thundercat, Margot Price, and Cynthia Erivo. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 142, featuring Tyler Connolly from Theory of a Dead Man, is available now. And check out this week's bonus episode, featuring Adam Gontier from Saint Asonia.